Good morning, everybody. How are we doing? So today, let's talk about Celer Network. Celer Network is one I see that's going to be testing all-time highs once we get out of this little bit of funk we're in right now. Remember, this isn't financial advice, but I'm kind of sitting on the sidelines right now. I'm waiting. We have our 150 to 1,000 challenge. And I'm going to add to that, but I'm not going to change it. What I'm going to do is once I feel like I'm not going to try and catch the falling knife, but once we get down where I think Bitcoin's going to bounce back up and start heading heavy, then we're just going to throw $1,000 into the same wallet with just Bitcoin. We're just going to buy $1,000 in Bitcoin real quick. And then you can see, what the second half of the bull run will do to $1,000. Hopefully, that's all we're going to do. We're just going to throw $1,000 at it and just leave it there so we can kind of see what hodling will do for us if we hodl $1,000 worth of Bitcoin or if we start to, try to hodl some altcoins. But we'll get to that later. Celer, the most advanced layer 2 scaling platform. Celer Network, and they can eventually, once they get up and running, could get to billions, like 1 billion transactions per second, I think is what they're looking for. Celer Network is a leading layer 2 scaling platform that enables fast, easy, and secure off-chain transactions for not only payment transactions, but also generalized off-chain smart contracts. All right, so what does all that mean? Man, that's like micropayments, that's DeFi loans, money markets, decentralized trading, conditional payments through smart contracts. That's a ton of stuff. And it also means gaming and gaming for money. And we'll talk about that in a second. But that is probably why a lot of people are looking at Celer. Big gaming market and big gaming for some biscuits. You can get some cheddar playing your video games. So let's get into that. First, a word from our sponsor, which is nobody. We are not sponsored. This is just me and you and that guy over there. All right. Here is their Twitter, Celer Network, at Celer Network. They want to bring mass adoption to the blockchain via layer 2 scaling. Their mainnet is live. And if we dig through this a little bit, we got layer 2 finance coming soon, access to DeFi for everyone. That's cool. DeFi's booming. Everybody wants to get into DeFi. You can see here's Modong. That's your guy that's in charge of this. A lot of PhDs on this team, man. There's some smart cats over here. Celer Bridge, some more layer 2 finance stuff. And we'll get into all of these. So here's kind of layer 2 scaling solutions based around Ethereum. We see Celer right here is a hybrid solution. Then we have like SnarkX, Validium. These are all your rollups. So you got like Matter. Let's see who else is in here. Loopring. Plasma. So you got Matic, which is now Polygon. OMG. And then over here we got like DAI. So those are side chains, state channels, Plasma, rollups, Validium, and your hybrid solution. That's Celer. All right, here we go. We talked about this is a good one for if you want to. Here's a little article from the Enterprise Ethereum Alliance. It's got Modong, it's got Matic, it's got Ethereum Foundation, and some info about the shift to layer 2. If you want to check that out, we're not going to go there today. Celer Network 2021 update to a better future, and this is January 17th of this year. And it talks about 2020 milestone review. Celer Network channel completes major upgrades. And they went 2 major mainnet upgrades, the Lyra and the Orion, were both successfully launched, keeping Celer as the most advanced and production-ready state channel software. State Guardian Network main phase 1 and 2 were successfully launched. The hybrid rollup, optimistic rollup architecture, proposed to solve multiple key challenges in rollup design with existing Celer State Guardian Network infrastructure. And then casual, this is the big one right here though. Casual's e-sport gaming. Games built with Celer X, a mobile. So let's see. Here's Celer X Games. Transforms your games to real money. We'll jump to that in a sec. Users have played a total of over 20 million games with $20 million volume exchanged. That's not too bad. And they want to continue what they're doing and add to it. Open source, Orion launches, some more information. We'll get into some deeper stuff. So here's Celer X Games. And you can see you got Cash Clash Games, Dob Cash, Solitary Win, and Bust a Move. Featured partners: Taito, Next Gaming, Animoca Brands, Linking, and Infinity Games. Make money playing video games. And you see down here 2 payment methods. You got some Visa, MasterCard, and everybody else. We got adding hybrids, proof of stake rollup sidechain to Celer's coherent layer 2 platform. This was last year, but it's an article if you want to get into here. Some layer 2 trade-offs. And this talks about state channel, proof of stake sidechain, and optimistic rollup. And it shows on each scale how each one fits, states, and it talks about plasma, layer 2. It'll give you a deeper role if you want to get into that. We're not going to do that, just otherwise this video would turn into like an hour. There's also the Celer hybrid rollup testnet, and there's more on this, a video and some stuff if you want to dig into that. But we're going to stick with the more cool stuff. Here's the weekly reports from Celer, and here we go. Let's do some gamings. Taito game IPs enter mobile esports on Celer X. This was, last summer, but you got Bust a Move real money tournaments. But the Bust a Move Real Money Tournament is the first mobile esports title from this joint collaboration, introducing the original bubble shooter game Bust a Move. Is a 100% skill-based real money competition on mobile devices. Recently, Next Gaming reimagined Bust a Move in a skill-based video slot machine format that stars Bub and Bob, the twin dragon co-stars. You can see here is the Bust a Move app on the App Store for Apple. Classic fun, some reviews. The Cash Clash game. All of this is this is all Celer. Bust a Move real-time money tournament. Taito. Where skills meet thrills is not only our motto, but one of our major tenets. We live by the Next Gaming LLC. Our team had a vision to reimagine classic arcade games and create innovative slot machines with appeal to a wider player demographic than a traditional slot. Basically, it's skill-based stuff that you can get some money. And here's all the apps, We have... So Celer is in the Polkadot ecosystem. Here's a quick snapshot from Coin98 Analytics of some Polkadot infrastructure, validator, tooling, wallet, and substrate-based partners. We got Darwinia, Edgeware, Kusama, Akala, and then right over here we got Celer. Quite a few others. We got Kylan, Kilt, Sora, Ocean, Acropolis, Plasm, Doc.io, Polymath, and you can read the rest on your own time. But yeah, Celer network partners with Neo to improve scalability, usability of Neo app. Anyway, this was like in 2019. Celer and Matic, which is now Polygon. Celer and Matic integrate to bring layer 2 scaling solutions. Matic, which is Polygon. Matic's testnet sidechain announced their integration with the Celer state channel during ETH New York in a move to enhance the efficiency and speed of service to delivery for the both companies. You can see Celer and Binance. Binance launches Celer node offering up to 37.49 annualized staking reward. This was February 4th, 2021. Celer network adds Polkadot support with state channel substrate modules released. And let's see, if we roll through here, it talks about what features are supported in the release, what's next, and another Anchor and Celer have a connection here. And basically what they do is Celer removes 2 major barriers between Anchor and the real-world adoption: utilization, speed, and cost. It's this kind of optimization that makes integration with other systems so attractive. All the underlying mechanics and performance costs are entirely abstracted from the user, leaving them to simply enjoy an efficient and low-cost service. That is what Celer is trying to do. Basically, if you got 2 people trying to work out some issue through a smart contract, a deal, whatever they're trying to do that you would normally have to use like the Ethereum network for, If everyone agrees on it, then the transaction can just work. However, when there's disputes, disagreements, then that transaction is sent to the network, if that makes sense. That's like a very broad, but it keeps the speed off of the network and it keeps it into the layer 2. Layer 1 would be the network. Here's some other Celer strategic partners. Waves is in there. Celer C-Bridge, fast and low-cost value transfer network for an interconnected Layer 2 and Layer 1 future. And that's the key. Layer 1 is expensive on Ethereum. That's where the fees are coming from. Layer 2, if they can make that where it's nothing or, pennies, even dollars. Dollars is better than like $40, $60, $100, whatever your fees are sometimes on Ethereum. They get out of hand. And if you're trying to only trade a couple $100 worth of, let's say you want to go to Uniswap and buy $400 or $500 worth of Polkaswap, and it costs you $85 to do that, and that's, what is that, 17% almost, 20, pushing 20% of your investment just to get it. And then if you want to sell it, it could cost you that much again to transfer it. So now it's not worth it. It's not cost effective. So that's why Layer 2 solutions are kicking it. But we see right here, we got Ethereum, Polkadot, Arbitrum, Optimism, Celer, and this is Celer Bridge. We are thrilled to introduce Celer Bridge, a multi-chain network that enables instant, low-cost, and any-to-any value transfers within and across Ethereum's Layer 2 chains, Ethereum's mainnet chain or main chain, and in the future, other Layer 1s and Layer 2s on top of those Layer 1 chains. Work on that for a second. We all know why the bridge is important, because it's going to cut the cost. Seller pay contracts. You can get into this if you want to. But here's feature support, how to use, and some links for Celer Bridge. Price. Man, 2 cents. 2 pennies will get you one of these guys. You can see right here, we had some good support back in like the early 2019 time frame. Big dip, a little more support come back, and then we just kind of took this long, belly, and now we're in like this wicked J. We saw a great pullback right here, and now within the last, let's go month, now go year. You can see we got the pullback and we're starting to make a little headway again. The pullback and a little bit of headway again. And with the market in a slump right now, that it's going to come back out. We haven't even seen the altcoin season yet, in my opinion. The good stuff is yet to come for projects like Celer. And honestly, I think that this coming back down, let's look at it right here. We could be testing all-time highs once we come out of this slump again. All-time highs and more, going uppity up. So there are quite a few of these. There's 10 billion. About 4 of them are in circulating supply. The market cap is only $78.6 million. 24-hour trading volume, it says 68 million. Ranked number 255 by CoinGecko. Celer Network, the ticker is CELR. You can see it's actually been, for the last 2 weeks, pretty stable throughout this. Only losing, 10% on the week. That's not that bad. 6. Others were very much more volatile than this. If we dig this in just a little bit more here, it might be time. We might be coming out of a reversal here. I don't know. What do you think? I think Celer's got some stuff coming on. The Polkadot, that's a big one. And speaking of Polkadot, here are the top Polkadot ecosystem coins by market cap. Polkadot sitting at the top, of course. Polkadot, Cardano, maybe BNB for a minute, but I really like Polkadot and I really like Cardano. I made a video yesterday about why. But with people starting to move Bitcoin and Ethereum off to the side to buy Polkadot and Cardano, very bullish. Even though we've seen 20% drop, 30% drop, hey, welcome to the ride. So when we get into the ecosystem, of course, we see Polkadot and Chainlink and Kusama fill in the top three. Kusama is the Canary Network. Kusama is like the pay-to-play minor leagues of the Polkadot. They, they're still worth $200. Same concepts, smaller market cap. They can absorb more risk than Polkadot can. Polkadot's the big leagues. We get down and we see some 0x, Ren, Ontology, Energy Web Token, Ocean, Polkastarter. Polkastarter, I like Polkastarter. But man, look at that 34% pullback. 30%, you see those when, Anchor, Origin Trail, Sora, Edgeware, Chain X, that's another. But here we go, Celer Network, hanging in here with the guys. Coming down from that, we got Acropolis, Bondly, we got Fallon Network, Mantra DAO, Darwinia, Blue Zell, and I'm not hitting all of them, but you can see Robonomics, Rio DeFi, Option Room, Pools, Dago. I like Dago too. Doc. I kind of like all of these. It's hard to pick which one's going to be the one. Spider DAO, Reef. So there you go. Anyway, Celer Network. Yeah, it's kind of cool. I like the gaming for money thing. I think a lot of people do. And, I like that their transactions per second, they're kind of, eventually the internet will become we'll be moving to the blockchain. What we do on the internet, we can do on the blockchain, or, those kinds of, a lot of the transactions at least will go that way. So, I don't know. What do you think? You guys like Celer? I dig it. We'll be keeping an eye on this one for sure. All right, man, everybody, happy investing. And listen, right now, none of this is financial advice, of course, but I'm looking at options to buy soon. I kind of look at this as like when you're a kid, you used to get the toy catalog and you'd look through it before Christmas, but it was always like a month before Christmas. So you always wanted that stuff now, and you'd be circling it and writing your initials next to it if you had brothers or sisters and stuff. But then, you give the list to your parent. But man, it took a while before you bought it. That's kind of where I'm at right now. I'm like circling stuff in my toy catalog. And I tell you, Bitcoin's on there. We're going to do the Bitcoin thing. We talked about that. We'll buy $1,000 worth of Bitcoin when I think it's... And, I'm not... When I do buy it, that doesn't mean it's a good buy time for you, of course, because I pre-record, I do my minimal editing that I do, and post and compression and all that kind of stuff. So it could be hours, it could be a day, or whatever it happens to be. So the time that I got it in the video is not going to be the time when you watch it. So don't, miss that link there. Use your own, make your own decisions, do your own research, of course. All right, man. Cheers, everybody.